Hey guys, welcome back. It is Veterans Day 2020. We're at East Freetown to test out the KTM 200 with some new suspension settings. And Rich going through his elaborate warm-up ritual, riding a loop of the parking lot, which is empty. All right, the man is good. Let's get underway. So East Freetown is basically a about 18-mile long rock garden, and I took 2 clicks out of the front compression damping just to see how that would change the way the bike rides. Guess what, guys? It was totally awesome. Really happy with this. Much less deflection up front, and it encouraged me to ride over stuff like right through here. Nice and soft, right over the top. I can ride straight instead of having to ride around things. And during the day, it took me a while to kind of figure out that I can use that all over. It didn't help that it had rained quite a bit the day before and overnight, and it was really humid that morning, so a little slick.
I don't know if you can see it. It's all covered in it.
There are probably 20 rock gardens like this at East Freetown. Going through the first couple, I'm still learning the fact, getting used to the fact that I can hit stuff with the front end and not get crushed. It takes me a few tries to figure this out, and of course it takes a little bit of confidence and trust to just ride into something, even if you're only going 5 or 10 miles an hour. Just to understand that the front end's going to soak it up and not just launch you. But eventually, I figured it out, sort of. All the rain the day before made things a little bit more interesting than we're used to. Haven't seen a lot of mud this year, so kind of happy to get out there. I mean, the water is pretty cold if you put your foot in it. But hey, I'm all for variety. Enough with the dust. Let's go with some mud and some deep puddles.
Yep. Forgot there's no, here you go, just ease into it. Rock garden. I haven't done a suspension adjustment. I wanted to do the back, but I'm like,
It's for other people.
I mean, who adjusts their suspension? That's bougie.
Interestingly, I did convince Rich to try a slightly different setting on his forks later in the day, and it improved things quite a bit. So hopefully we can get him to experiment more and just see what's good, what's bad. It takes a little bit of courage to experiment. You gotta figure it might be better, it might be worse, but that's the best way to learn. Oh, go right, go right, go right. Yeah. Okay, no problem. We got it. Tubeless, plenty of traction. That'll take care of us. Several miles in, the trail sort of flattens out on this plateau. And I'm guessing that this was very heavily logged at one point. At least that's what it looks like, because there is nothing up here. It is just as bare as can be. A little bit faster through here. I don't know that the trail is that much different, but I guess maybe less things to hit on the sides help you bring the speed up a little bit. Still plenty of rocks, and I'm always reminded when I go through here that people came to the New World to farm. And I can only imagine how disappointed you would be if you came to farm and you had to farm here. You know, it's no wonder everybody went to Iowa. riding this pace felt fast to me, but it also felt pretty smooth, and it didn't take nearly as much energy as riding at these speeds has usually taken. I don't know why I'm intimidated by a log like that. That wasn't particularly big. Anyway, it takes a lot less energy fighting the bike less with the more compliant suspension. I could see how over the course of a very long ride, it would be a huge advantage. I'm glad I figured it out.
Definitely sticky.
Huh?
Definitely sticky.
Yeah. Okay.
You can see by now through these rock gardens, I've realized I can carry the speed through here, or at least not come to a dead stop. I wouldn't quite say I'm carrying speed, but I'm pushing through and floating over stuff, riding off the top of stuff. Huge difference, a lot more fun, but also obviously the way it's meant to be done, the way the bike is designed. So it felt good. Ton of leaves everywhere, can't really see the trail, but the trails were, I think, in pretty good condition. These bridges are really fun, kind of a nice feature out here at Freetown. Add some variety, and probably when it's really wet, just keeps you out of some deep stream where you get stuck, spend 5 minutes dragging your bike out. Rocks indeed, yeah. So with the suspension a little softer, it also helped with the roots. All the roots that aren't perpendicular to your path of travel, which is to say almost all roots, have the potential to snag your front wheel and shoot you out, shoot it out from underneath you and throw you right into the ground. So a little bit softer setting helped me get traction over those roots and carry my speed over those roots. It's much better.
Oh, you fucking bitch. Sorry. Ground's not terribly hard.
Did you check it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Third gear into that last little rock garden section. The animals must love me.
What's that?
The animals must love me.
Why?
I begin to scream and yell when I hit the ground in frustration.
Watching this back, I'm just thinking that I am going so slowly. But I can tell you, while you're doing it, it's not easy to add that next bit of gas. So you crack the throttle on, and it's going to start accelerating, and not a little bit. So all of a sudden, you're racing into the next set of rocks. Really puts a premium on looking way ahead, which is just a skill I'm working on. Not there yet, but I'm getting better. got to be going faster than this though. My goodness.
I smartened up, and now I decided to ride without my wedding ring. See if I could maybe just work on that massive callus.
Yeah, but I'll give you credit. For a freaking suit and tie guy, you got some good calluses on those hands. I live in Massachusetts. You know what that's like? Do you? Do you really know what that's like? That was 3 shots.
What kind of shots?
Solids. Boom, boom, boom. Now, is it just me, or does, like, once you start sweating, you start moving, like your nose get itchy because of the foam on your goggles, or is it just my goggles?
I cut mine out because my nose is quite large.
Did a decent job of following Rich for this next section, which is nice. I'll be able to put up a little footage for him. You know, from my perspective back here, I would say, hey man, turn up your compression damping on your rear shock. But of course, I have no idea what I'm talking about, so take that with a grain of salt, bro. One thing I noticed looking back through this clip, and I noticed on the ride too, I'm happy I can hear it here, getting a little bit higher into the rev range and actually opening up the power valve, not a ton, but just starting to, which is pretty important. Sort of like, I don't know, I guess that's like being a teenager in my off-road development. One day I'll be an adult. Once you open up that power valve, when the revs get to that certain point and you sort of get the supercharged effect of the two-stroke, it's like hitting the fast forward button. Things which appeared very far away, go right here, things which appeared very far away suddenly are very close. Once you're comfortable taking advantage of that two-stroke hit, when that power valve opens up, it is very effective for getting out of situations and getting over obstacles because it gives you such a big boost of power very quickly. Makes your bike extremely responsive. So once you figure out how to use that, it's a very effective tool. But right now, I don't really know how to use it. It's basically just very dangerous. Yeah, that thing right there was really big. I actually stopped because I wanted to get footage of Rich coming over. There it is. So you can see that's about 8 feet tall, maybe. This stuff here is some of the most difficult rock garden section. There are maybe 4 or 5 like this, and these rocks are, I don't know, maybe like 12 or 14 inches high. And I don't have the skill or the courage yet to blast through those. I'm pretty sure you can. You just have to launch off stuff, which is great. But if you're going to launch, you got to know where you're going to land. I'm glad I made it over that little log. But I gotta tell you now, at this point we're getting close to 2 hours in, maybe an hour and 40 minutes, and definitely getting a little tired. Another one of these extra large rock gardens here. This one I do kind of just plow through, and that's, I mean, it's just kind of going for it and taking your chances. That's a lot easier to do when I'm out with Rich, because I know if I break my wrist, he'll, like, I don't know, help me drag my bike out, something, call an ambulance.
You were flying. Okay. Wow, I almost just fell over.
One of the things I like the most about being able to ride through stuff, hit big obstacles, is that it allows me to go basically straight down the trail instead of constantly zigzagging back and forth and kind of hitting things at awkward angles, riding around stuff. Instead, just go straight, and whatever's in your way, like that, just hit it and carry yourself over it. That takes a lot less energy. I think I can carry more speed that way. But also, I mean, I was tired at this point in the ride, but not nearly as tired as I had been the last time we came through here. Last time through, I was riding around everything because, you know, I didn't have the suspension to hit stuff. It wasn't set up correctly. But when you can hit stuff, it also helps you look further down the trail. You're less concerned about what's exactly in front of your front wheel because your plan is not to ride around it. Your plan is just to hit it. Of course, as I'm saying that, I'm going through a section where some of this stuff is so big, I'm riding around it. Yeah, no one's perfect.
You got dogs loose, no leash, guns.
Legally registered.
Going down that way?
Right, this is the way it goes, isn't it? Yeah, it loops back out to our parking lot.
Alright, well,
I'm not trying to give you
It does make sense. I mean, the parking lot is on this side of the road, so
you mind
I mean,
letting
I
us at
believe
least
it.
get a little ways away?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I slowed down to stop.
You want to do the road?
No, we were gonna do this way. If they're going off that way, then...
Are we going to get shot? What's the story?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. You first.
Pretty aggressive attitude from two people with guns in the woods. I think, isn't the burden on you if you have a gun in the woods? You're supposed to be looking out for other people. Anyway, off we go. Nobody got shot, and I finally got some water. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of this all season. And this water was very cold. Very wet. But it was fun. Yeah, this is one of the faster, more open sections on the ride, if you can believe that. Oh, there's a little more water here. Ah, very cool, very cool. I'm surprised I didn't stop and stare at the water for 2 minutes before slowly riding through it. I guess, you know, either I was really tired or we're just getting better. This section, really fun though. Can carry some good speed, for us anyway. But as fast as it gets, then it does plunge you right back into the rocks with very little warning. It's all good. A little pinch point here. Watch that. Whoa, watch that. Whoa. That's tight. Then bang, just like that, back in the parking lot. Quick 2 hours of rock gardens. Man, what a fun ride. Really enjoyed that. A ton of people in the parking lot, a lot of bikes to see. Really good Wednesday. Really good Wednesday, really good Veterans Day. Thanks to all the veterans, and well, we celebrated it in your honor, out in the woods.
I'm not getting scolded by a hunter.
You're out there right now?
I was getting yelled at by some lady. Guys, really? Motocross out here? Yeah, no, I'm registered and this is a trail.
We got guns, we got dogs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
And you got guns. So, unreal.
Who said I don't have a gun?
Yeah.
We'll see you for the next one, guys. Stay safe, have fun. Hope to see you all soon.